Hello, everybody. I am yet again Price McKinney, simply put. And as always, I want to thank you for tuning in and listening. I want to dive straight into this head first. My last video, I talked about knowing what it is that you want, but even more importantly, what helps you to know what you want is know who you are. If you want to put a title to this, that's what it is. Know who you are. Well, first question I've got to ask, or you may ask, well, how do I know who I am? Number one, you have two parents. Um, you weren't just, born here hocus pocus without a purpose. Every vehicle that's ever made um, has an owner's manual. Every building that is built has a blueprint. So my point is, you're not here without a purpose. You're not here by happenstance. You're here for a reason, and there's something about you that only you can do. Um, you look at the NFL. I just got through watching the game. There are 53 players per team, and that's not including the practice squad, not including people that have not been signed, whatever. But even with the numbers being what they are, they're players that are marked by distinction, um, based on not just what they do, but how they do what they do. And that's what you got to figure out. I'll start with myself, and hopefully this will help you. Um, and before I go into that, this is when you figure out and find out who you are, and beyond a shadow of a doubt, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, such as me with Simply Put. Uh, Number one, there's going to be confirmation. There's always going to be somebody telling you, well, this helped me. This is what it did. Somebody's going to give you encouragement. You may even get constructive criticism. Take that as a part of it, because this is number two. I'm jumping the gun. How you also know and figure out who it is that you are, because who you are determines what you do. Within that, you are going to have help. I understand God may have gifted you. I understand He may have told you you need to do this, you need to do that, A, B, C, and D, all the way down to Z times Z. I get it. However, being that the case, more often than not, or more likely than not, you are going to have help. You can't do all of this on your own. If you can do it all on your own, then maybe it's too small. Maybe you need to expand what it is that you see. Because I myself personally, I don't still to this day have a clue of what I'm doing. I know it doesn't seem like it. I don't have background in this. I don't have schooling for this. I don't have anything. As I said at the end of all of my videos, I'm not an expert. I just know what I know. And what I know is what I do. And I leave it at that. What I don't know, guess what I do? Raise my hand and ask questions to those who know. For example, I got two buddies. I call them my gurus, because when it comes to this media stuff and shooting and filming and lighting and all of this, they know I don't have a clue. And so I ask them what it is that I need to do to make this better. And they'll tell me, and I don't become prideful and not do what it is that they tell me to do, because even though I'm doing a good job at it, I'm striving to constantly become better. So my point in saying all of that is, even in what you're doing, look to do better. Find ways to make it better. Find ways to improve. And that all starts internally. Make you a better person first, so you become a better version of you in doing what it is that you're doing. Um, Also, and this is huge, when you discover who you are, and this is me, this is who I am, this is what I am. Somebody said to me that one day, it's been a few years back, said, well, you're Price McKinney, you're this, and this. I said, yeah, you're right. However, that's what I am. Price is who I am. There's the difference, and I know what that difference is. So you got to be clear on that, because people will label you. People will put stuff on you. I remember, God rest his soul, my dad years ago told me that people were telling him, oh, you're going to be a preacher. And he knew that's not what it was he was supposed to be doing. Did he know the Bible? Yes. He's one of the wisest men to date that I've ever known, backwards and forwards. However, that didn't mean he was called to preach. You have to know the difference. So, again, I love grilling. That don't mean I'm supposed to open up a restaurant. It is a passion of mine. I love grilling. Absolutely love it. But that don't mean I'm supposed to go and open a restaurant and try to get on the Food Network. Now, granted, don't get it twisted. Let's not get this twisted. I could. Please understand. I very well could. However, that's not why I'm at with it, because at the point I have to start doing it as my job or as my profession, it takes the fun out of it. It completely takes the fun out of it. So, having said that, this is what I need you to understand. When you learn and understand and figure out who you actually are, here's one of the main things that happens. It presets a boundary, and it predetermines what you will accept, what you won't accept, what you will tolerate, what you won't tolerate, who you allow in, who's got to go out, and all of that becomes a boundary. So ultimately, you're not wasting your time doing something that's not meaningful for you. You may be able to do it, but that don't mean that's what you're supposed to do. I can put the TV stand I have downstairs. I put the TV stand together. I had to put my bed together. I am not a carpenter. Please understand that. So you've got to know, and sometimes there's a fine line in between all of that. I love singing. If I get in the car and I put Luther on, you cannot convince me that I shouldn't have been one of his background singers. If not, right beside him. I didn't hear you. But however, that's how I feel about my singing. Granted, does that mean I'm getting ready to go out and try to make a CD? Absolutely not. Not happening. Because you know what will happen? Even if I did, it ain't, black boldface, all caps, ain't, without the apostrophe, it ain't gonna sell. You know why? Because that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. Why is that not what I'm supposed to be doing? Because that's not who I am. Who I am is Price McKinney, simply put. That's who I am. Who I am, I also write. I write poems. I've done it. My very first poem I wrote when I was 16, 17 years old. I still have it. So that's the other thing that I do. Typically, it's whatever it is that's there, it's two-dimensional. One covers one aspect of your life, the other one covers the other aspect of your life. This obviously is me talking, the other one is obviously me writing. But that's what I do. So I don't venture now in my writing. Let's be real, let's be honest. I'm not trying to write a novel. Not happening. I stick with what I know. That's poems. And I leave it at that. Children's book? No. Do I love kids? Yes, I've got 2 sons of my own. Not doing a children's book. Why? Because that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. So again, knowing who you are helps you figure out what it is you're supposed to be doing. When you figure out what you're supposed to be doing, that also pre-eliminates who you're supposed to have around, or in the case of simply put, who you're supposed to be dating or in a relationship with. Typically, not in all cases, this is not etched in stone, but typically who you are and what you're able to do is going to match or complement what the other person is doing. It's not going to be a clash of the titans. Now, does that mean that's not it? No, I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is, with what I do, I have to have somebody that's close to or on the same page, or at least in the quote unquote same book as what I'm doing. And even if what she's doing is polar opposite, here's where being in a positive, productive relationship makes a difference. She helps me become better, even if what she's doing is nowhere near what I'm doing. I help her become better at what she's doing, even if I don't have a clue what that is, because I'm helping her to become a better person. That's the objective. So in essence, and I've got to throw this in here, this is free. I ain't gonna charge you for it. This is free. There should be a freedom for price to be price and for her to be her. It's not my job to change her. It's not her job to change me. But it's our job together to help build, grow, develop, mature, heal one another. And I know that's a mouthful, but that is what it is. So if you're involved with somebody and you're at a stalemate, you're stagnated, nothing is moving, you're just sitting around like pond water, nothing is happening, it's become still, you need to check it. You need to check it, because people, please understand this. There are two things in this world you never get back. That's time and words. Once I've said what I've said, I can't go back and reel this in and put those words back in my mouth and hit reset and try it again. Don't work like that. Once it's said, it's said. It is whatever time it is right now. It will never be that same time again, ever. Two things you don't get back, words and time. So make the most of it. Use them wisely, both of them. And don't waste your time doing stuff that does not benefit you, including the relationship that you're involved in or looking to be in. Because we're all in one of three places. Either on the outside looking to find one, currently in one, or just coming out of one. We're all of us in one of those three places. So choose wisely. Not emotionally. Choose wisely. So again, I'm Price McKinney, Simply Put. I want to thank you for listening. Follow me on Instagram. As I said before, I'm going to start calling this the Simply Put podcast right now. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Of course, it's Price McKinney, Simply Put. Facebook, Simply Put with Price McKinney, and Instagram, same thing. So again, I'm Price McKinney, Simply Put. I want to thank you for listening. And as always, I'm not an expert. I just know what I know, and I promise you, I'll see you soon.